boys and girls, and children of all ages. Here we are once again in the old Forte shuttle. Day 13. Still kicking. Trying to find a good view for us. Slept at the Love's parking lot here in Oklahoma last night. We've made it to Oklahoma, so we were well on our way, but I didn't want to sit there in that parking lot. There's too much going on. Felt like getting up and getting moving and taking one more step. And yeah, it's a beautiful little side road. There's a bunch of these. I don't know if you can see all the, it looked like you could see all the windmills. There's a bunch of them out there. Just kind of stumbled across them, right? Get moving. Let's get moving and put one foot in front of the other. I'm not even going the right way, but who's to say which way is right, right? One more step, one more move, one more minute. Doing my best to not become overwhelmed by any of it. Take a little time together here on the back roads out here in Oklahoma. See what we can find a sense of purpose. Yeah, but I recommend getting out and taking a leap, moving forward, taking one more step. I'm gonna have to turn around here in a minute. I thought maybe I could find a nice little spot to kind of relax and chill down this way. We could have our nice conversation. Maybe this is it right here. Who knows? Who knows? Slow and steady, nice and easy today. Jesse, it's good to see you. Give me a minute, we'll respond. I'm getting my coffee, trying to find a place to sit and relax and enjoy said coffee with you guys. Back roads of Oklahoma. Day 13 of New York to California. I don't know. I almost gave up on us yesterday, guys. I'll be honest with you. It's a long haul still. I realized that 20 hours off, and I was outside of Oklahoma City, and coffee time, damn straight's coffee time. But yeah, let's see if we can't sit for a minute, relax. Some beautiful stuff going on here. This spot looks as good as any to chill for a minute. Yes, it is definitely coffee time. Scott, I just doing some house cleaning in my apartment. Just mopped kitchen floors. You're killing it there, Jesse. It's good to see you this morning. It's good to see you. I'm not gonna be able to see like that. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. We're headed to allowing the game plan to change a little bit. I'm not parking here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I am going to have my coffee, get my brain kicking. Yeah, we'll figure it out from there. Maybe we'll park at the Loves for a minute. That's right here down the road. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, you don't need to be sure. I don't need to be sure. I need to sip on this coffee and give thanks to a God of my understanding this morning. For the earth beneath my feet, the air in my lungs. For our friends out there in YouTube land, Jesse, and the good cup of coffee. Our buddy Sig there, welcome in. Appreciate you chilling. On our way to Santa Fe, New Mexico. About 7 hours out of Santa Fe. Was told it's a beautiful place, artsy. There's some money there, so we can do some door dashing. There's some cows over there. Can't really see, but it's a beautiful area here in Oklahoma. I'm starting to understand the draw of you know, these wide open spaces, right? It's breathtaking. It can stretch out as far as the eye can see. That's a little bit more than usual, but yeah, you're gonna take that step today? Are we gonna take that step today? You're gonna turn around and run. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing here, but we'll figure it out together. Or maybe we won't. Maybe I never will. That'll be fine too, right? As long as I just keep taking another step, I'll end up exactly where I need to be. We just gotta have faith. I've got to find a way to have faith, right? It's all going to be exactly what it needs to be. One small step at a time. But, yeah. What is that? A group of dogs running across the road up here or something. Yeah, this is the Loves we stayed at last night. It was a cold one here last night, without a doubt. There was a group of dogs running around. Look at these poops. Hey, what's up, little poops? Where you guys come from? Like we're on the res now or something all of a sudden. Let's let's park right here somewhere. I'm gonna park right here for a bit. There we go. Bam. Alrighty, roadie. It's nice to see land and not cities and buildings. I'm with you, Sig. I'm with you, brother. I'll take a little break from all that and get back to the purpose of all this, right? Get back to being thankful for being here in this moment this morning. Hope you're all doing well. How you holding up there, Sig? What do you got going on? Where are you from? And what are you doing today, right? You got some big goals and plans that seem overwhelming? Believe me, I get it. I'm traveling here in this old Kia Forte. I did be able to stick my feet in the trunk now so I can stretch out, but it's definitely still a little bit uncomfortable, without a doubt. Stick you right there. Stick you right there. I am finding a sense of peace today, and acceptance. On the other side of the hesitation and struggle and that whisper that consumes us, right? Looking at the date and time, I could feel the door closing. It's always a hard thing for me to handle, so it's nice to see land. The month will wrap up quickly and this adventure will end. Back to reality. So doing my best to enjoy it. And yeah, that's it. That's all. One step at a time. Small conscious steps to find a sense of purpose, to get up and get moving today. The big picture can be overwhelming. I guess that's the point, right? The big picture can be overwhelming. It's take it in small little doses, take it a mile at a time. Getting to Oklahoma City and realizing I was still 20 hours away from Vegas even. And then that means 20 hours back, and that means this and that and all these things, and how's it all going to work out? And then, exhausted from the road already. We got to spend a good 4 or 5 days at Sally's house, and that was a blessing. But taking the leap once again can be a struggle in some ways too. Good morning. Good morning, Q8F. Julia, how are you doing today? I hope you are well. We find ourselves in some wide open spaces today because we keep pushing forward. Evaluating the purpose, the plan, or lack thereof, I suppose. Acceptance for what is, despite the struggle, and letting go today. That's the theme. Letting go, giving thanks, being grateful. I started feeling overwhelmed, and I took my own advice, so I'm going to be proud of that. I reached out to some people I care for, and we just chatted, good, bad, or indifferent. It didn't have to be some huge thing or, needing anything. It just had to be, sometimes we just need someone to lean on, and that's perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay. I don't have the words today. Find a way to push forward. Good morning, 366. How are we doing today? I hope all is well. Get this cup of coffee in me and I'll figure it out. We are in quite a beautiful little spot here, outside of Oklahoma City, about an hour or two, about 7 hours away from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Doodly 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 doodly. You know what? We're just going to do that. Whatever. Let's see what this does. There we go. Bam. See if we can engage some conversation today. What do you do when you get to that point where you feel like the big picture is overwhelming? You feel like the door is closing. Well, I'm proud of myself for taking the medicine that I've been preaching, right? So I made the call to talk to three in particular close friends of mine, and came up with a game plan. Skydiving. Oh yeah, popular things that you've never done. Skydiving. Vanilla, that's awesome. Me neither. It's been on my list as well. Driving to California has been on my list for a long time. Who knows if we'll make it? I'm dropping the expectations and that weight of needing to get there. And we're gonna park in Santa Fe for a while and see how that goes. Try to make some cash. I think I'm down to about $50 on that DoorDash card. But that's all right, because the gas we got in the tank will pretty much get us there. We'll get some food, fill up the gas tank again, and then we'll do some DoorDashing in Santa Fe and stock back up. But yeah, the skydiving sounds awesome, right? Like, I think that should be on the list. I guess about a week ago I would have recommended driving across the country. I don't know if I'm recommending that now. It's a long haul. That trip to Florida seems like a little skip now at the moment, but yeah, slow and steady. Well, welcome in, Vanilla. I appreciate having you today. Thanks for joining the conversation. And skydiving, yes, would be really awesome. Pretty humble day, but hopeful it's going to get better. Pretty horrible day. What's going on, 366? Sorry, I didn't realize that. Please elaborate if you feel comfortable. As I said, that's the first step for me. That's admitting that it's going off the rails a little bit, reeling in my negative thoughts, and taking a moment. I had to get something to eat. I had to take a shower, so I hit Planet Fitness and munched down on some of the stuff that James hooked us up with while we were in St. Louis. Yeah, the simple things. Start simple, 366, right? You getting a cup of coffee in this morning, and then express yourself to a friend. I'm here for you if you need. With if it's absolutely horrible, I'm sure that it's hard to express and it's not needed. Know that we're praying for you anyway there, Mrs. We appreciate you. And to you, 366, on those horrible days, those days that are hard to get up and get moving, to an ode to those moments where the world seems so heavy that we'll never make it through. Somehow we always end up being here, good, bad, or indifferent, and there's still some sunshine on the other side of it, whether it feels like it'll be dark forever, whether it feels like we've made a decision that's become too much, or whether we feel like we're exactly where we need to be. So, but I hope you're pushing through there, 366. I hope you find a way to chat filter. I always put that on all messages. But yeah. This is a different trip too, right? I quit smoking cigarettes. That was no nicotine at all, no vape, no cigarettes. That's always been a travel companion of mine. And then the cannabis too. I haven't been indulging for a while because of the anxiety fluctuation, and it doesn't seem like it helps. And even though it's been something that's been there and it's hard to whatever, it makes it. What are we doing here? I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I don't need to. Yeah, one step at a time. One step at a time. Things may be different, but they always will be, right? That being said, I appreciate everybody being here. We'll do a little plug for our Rock the Bluff. I've been thinking about that a little bit lately, quite a bit. I'm glad we get a chance to mention the Rock the Bluff there. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out their website. Amazing music. Looking forward to that in July. Still some months away. April's coming soon. We'll be painting some houses again. Thank you. I got really bad news about my health, and I'm not really accepting it yet. I definitely help to just hang out with people who get it. 366, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. And I don't. That's the one thing I guess I can say that physically, my health is in good shape. And I'll give gratitude for that this morning. I'll be praying for your health, and it can be a rough one either way, emotionally, physically, when your health turns on you. But I'm glad that we can be here together hanging out. I hope your faculties are still holding together. We've got a friend of mine that we discussed recently, briefly, in a very vague way, that's struggling with his emotional health that I've been thinking about sending prayers to. Because we could lose track of that as well. So I'm a lucky guy, physically and emotionally, despite the fluctuations of anxiety and, pain. Zach, Scott, miss you, buddy. Still have I know, man. I almost made it to Bradenton. Part of me thinks I should have. I appreciate you, Zach. Well, so the game plan was to do the thing that I've been saying to do for a long time. New York to California, $100 on the DoorDash card. To take a leap to get myself out of that place that I found myself in. But yeah, Zach, it's really great to see you. And I appreciate that door open, brother, because I believe after this trip, the next one is going to be Florida, and it's going to be a lot sooner in the winter season too. I'm going to come up with a game plan way before it gets cold up there in New York, so that I don't end up in the place that I was in, or hopefully, right? I can't determine because, it seems that I don't have control over those things at times. But that's the game plan is Florida next year, December-ish, October, November, maybe, and start, take the season off, get away, get out of there before the holidays and the weight of the cold and the gray and the expectations set in. And, I feel like I'm clamoring to hold on and doing the same repetitive BS that doesn't matter. That's the game plan. That's the thought anyway at the moment. Laura, it's good to see you this morning, Laura. We're in Georgia. Contemplating taking that next step, right? Focusing on taking it one small step at a time. Chatting with our buddy Zach in Bradenton. And I'm glad that the door is open. Sending love and prayers to 366 for whatever health issues she's going through. Doing the best we can to take it one small step at a time. So you can tell we're I don't know if you can really see here. Block the view there. There we go. But we're in quite the beautiful place today. So I'll give thanks for that. And this is right next to the Loves I stayed at last night. But wow, it's the view is definitely opening up, right? Slow and steady. Talking about the solution, right? Taking the steps to take your medicine, right? And physically and emotionally evaluating where we are and how we move forward. If you need to take that leap, take the leap. If it seems impossible, it may be for the moment, right? You got to take some kind of step towards something better. You got to start taking your own medicine. We got to start pushing forward with love and appreciation in our heart. You said Georgia. Oh, am I not? I'm not in Georgia. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm still getting the caffeine in me. It's been a space Casey few days with everything that's been going on. Not necessarily, these little spurts of whatever. I left my shoes in Indiana. I left my French press. I left a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So better. Thank you, Laura. How are you doing today there, Mrs.? How are you holding up? Send some love and prayers to our sister 366. Zach, how are you doing, brother? What's been going on with you? What's going on in Bradenton, Florida? Have you ever been west? Where should I go? We're going to Santa Fe. We're told that Santa Fe was like had some cash and there was a nice place and it wasn't too big and overpopulated. And that was part of where I ended up in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it was kind of grungy. I don't know. It didn't really feel whatever. Maybe part of that was me too, because like I said, I was worn down and I was thinking about the big picture. I was looking at why are you yelling though? I'm not sure. Appreciate you pointing that out. Why am I yelling? Am I yelling? Wow. Maybe I'm turning into my mother. Maybe that's the problem. I hope not. I surely hope not, brother. 2, am I yelling? I get a little excited from time to time. Get this caffeine in me. You really see me yelling. But stick around for a while, brother. We're going to make it together. Thank you for the laugh. Thank you for the reflection. Thank you for the comment. How are you doing today? What are you up to? Zach, I used to live in Tustin, California. I loved it, the area. Yeah, the goal is to make it there, but here's the thing: I'm releasing myself from that obligation. Is that the goal? Of course. Do I have to hit that goal? Absolutely not. I've made it farther west than I ever made it before, and that's enough already. If I can make it to Santa Fe and experience this beautiful place, recharge and reevaluate how I feel after a couple days of door dashing and making some cash. Because that's part of it too, right? I'm not a $50. I gotta make some cash. I haven't been door dashing, since St. Louis actually, before Georgia. I was able to take that pause with Misled Utopia, jam out with the band. I was able to be there for a friend who's still struggling, but there's a lot to reflect on there. I do believe that Creator speaks to us in the way that the creation plays out before us. I used to live in Tulsa. Do you have any specific plans once you get to California? I'm not even sure if I'm making it to California anymore. I think the specific plan, one step at a time, right? Laura sent me this Glass Beach place. I heard you can make killer money door dashing out there. I made this impulsive decision. Because it's not even an impulsive decision. I've been making serious threats for a long time about going west. I've gone as far down as Key West and as far up as Eastport, Maine, which is as far up as you can go. Could spit and hit Canada, for the journey, and I lose track of that sometimes. I lose track of why. Jesse, no particular thing you ever, please get me glass. Get you a glass from Santa Fe? Or, glass from the beach. Yeah, well, I'm dropping the expectations of making it there. If I make it there, Laura, without a doubt, we'll get you some glass. I think one of the things I realize is I put way too many expectations on myself. I have to remind myself of this medicine I've been given, to drop the expectations. It's a philosophy that's growing in my heart that I lose track of very quickly. I'm so used to putting all this pressure on myself, needing to be all these things, and it never being enough, that I strive to be enough through what I can do and how hard I can push, and then I collapse, right? That's how I ended up on that couch for months, and it's not healthy. Got cake? David, I have no cake. You got some cake? I could use some cake, man. We can go get some cake. They had some, what they had at Love's this morning I haven't seen is they had these little like pancakes with sausages in them rolling on the thing. I almost got a couple, man. Those seem pretty good. David, what kind of cake you got, brother? Have some cake by the ocean. Maybe that's the plan. Yeah, I'm not sure. Any advice on where I should go and what I should do? Santa Fe. That was the advice. I talked to one of my buddies yesterday. He said, "Don't turn around, you'll regret it. It's a long trip and you're worn out." And I just took the leap away from a safe, comfortable place that I did want to stay and relax and spend time with Sally and Rob. And it was such an amazing few days. And it could have been an amazing, I could have just spent my whole time there chilling and relaxing. It would have been great. but I'm determined to do this thing I've been saying I would do for a long time. Pigs in a blanket. Yes, David. It sounded amazing. I almost grabbed them. I might go back in there and see if they got any, because I'm a big fan of like the sausage and pancakes. But also too minimally, right? We're living minimally. We're left with $100 on that DoorDash card. I'm determined to not spend anything else besides that. We got a couple dollars in reserve if needed, but that is the goal, right? To get from New York to California as far as we can on that $100. What is going on? Just make sure you are getting some fruits and vegetables every once in a while. Gas station food isn't meant for a long term. I appreciate that, 366. I'm trying to evaluate that as well. I have not been taking care of myself. That's one of the things that I have to be open and honest about. Not at all. Not even close. And yes, syrup, David, without a doubt. But yeah, taking care. I need some more fruits and vegetables. I had bananas yesterday, which was great. And I ate these little canned tuna fish things, and I had some jerky. So like, fast food has been my bane. And I didn't have any soda yesterday. I'm steering away from the soda. Water. I did have some lemonade. And then I had, if you're ever traveling or you're just looking for a cheap meal, Walmart, you get a chicken breast for $2, a deep fried, like Kentucky Fried chicken breast for $2, $1.97. And then this was $1.77. So for $4, that was my dinner last night. So I'm working on it. I'm a giant man child when it comes to eating and taking care of myself. I'll admit it. Don't forget syrup, damn straight. David, good morning. Scott and crew, DY. Thank you, good sir. Good morning. We are, getting ready, getting some caffeine in me. Enjoying these wide open spaces, DY. It's already it's more than I've ever seen, right? It's as far as the eye can see. It's a beautiful, expansive landscape, and the camera just doesn't catch it, right? But it's a beautiful place out here in Oklahoma, brother. I'm glad you stopped in today. We're talking about taking the small little steps, man. Talking about how overwhelming even the most beautiful adventure can be. Talking about getting back into the flow of things and taking it one step at a time. That big picture can seem overwhelming. There's a million miles there and a million miles back, and this time frame and all these things, and that can be a lot, and or it doesn't have to be, right? And sometimes I can feel out of our control, but it is not. David, 64 years, vegetable free. Everywhere you go is so flat. Dude, this is like super flat. 366, especially compared to where you're at, man. Like you're in the holler. I've been there. I know where you're at. Help my uncle in Kentucky build there, and it was, you're in the holler, without a doubt. But we're about 430 something miles from Santa Fe right now. We're gonna hang out for a little bit longer, then we'll go south, see the Gulf of America in Texas. Yeah, well, I think Santa Fe, go across the top of Texas into Santa Fe. Maybe on the way back, maybe not. I don't know. Keep changing up the game plan, I'll never get anywhere. But I do need to get somewhere where I know I can make some cash. Santa Fe, I don't know why I feel like I can DoorDash and make some money there. Hey, go south. Yes, Laura. We'll figure it out one step at a time. And it's the little things that can add up to frustration, right? Just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's these big things. Sometimes it's our health issues. Sometimes it's whatever. Yesterday, I think it started off with a bunch of small things, man. Rainy day. The live wouldn't go live after I sent a link to a bunch of people. It wouldn't work. So I had to start another one. And then it was, some disturbing, some heavy, knowledge about a close friend that I'm worried about. And then it was the phone losing signal and having nothing in the middle of nowhere. And I'm sure and then it was realizing I left everything. Having crappy coffee, and and then it was being exhausted. I do need to get like some kind of sleeping mat or something for back there. Because it's nice to be able to stretch your legs out, but it's definitely not all that comfy back there. in the old, as DY call it, the Forte shuttle. It's getting us there, and you know, it's gonna get us there without a doubt. Without a doubt, it'll get us there, one small step at a time. Especially if we can keep in perspective these gifts we've been given, this knowledge, this appreciation that can slip through our fingers if we become anxious and try to hold on to it. You know, this resentment that I hold for myself because I need the reminder, because I forget, because I'm human, because I'm clueless at times, and I could have all the great medicine in the world to heal and grow, and I don't utilize it for some reason, because, you know, for the same reason I just leave my shoes or my coffee press, you know, and all these things are laughable, man. It's all little things that add up to this overwhelming feeling. And then you Google how far you are from, you know, Vegas, and it's like 20 hours, and you're like, what are you talking about? I've been driving forever, it feels like. You know, on top of all these things, hit that pause button out there. You know, let's not think about the big picture. Let's take a few little minutes, and relax a little bit. What happened to the Galactic Avenger? Oh, Sig, I did not give it away, brother, and I feel horrible about that. It ended up in a bed in Georgia. If you go back and dig through the lives there, you'll see Farewell to the Galactic Avenger, man. We handed it over to the junk guy in Georgia, got like $400. The subframe went on our camper car. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm missing the Galactic Avenger right now, man. You know, I mean, it's great to have this car. The gas mileage is amazing, but half the wake ups last night came from how cold it was. Now I should have probably bundled myself up before I went to sleep, but it was nice. And then I woke up in the middle of the night freezing, you know, so I had to, like, you know, and then I want to do nothing. So I'm like kind of finagling. I had to get myself wrapped up in the blanket, get myself into the sleeping bag so I could actually, that couldn't stop being an issue, but also on the face or whatever. But yeah, the Galactic Avenger was amazing, man, with the heater I had in it. You need to start rolling the dice again. Yes. Oh, damn. I know, oh damn. But yeah, we can roll the dice right now, man. You gonna like, share, subscribe? You gonna let me know you did so, brother? I've got a Sharpie, and I've got, oh shit, there's last snack there. Let's see. I've got the roof to the Galactic Avenger. I still got the ceiling here, brother. Our brother Sig, bam. Look at that. We still got a whole bunch of ceiling to fill up. If you guys want to roll the dice, man, you just got to let me know. I got dice in here. Or I did. Shit. Or maybe I don't now that I'm running my mouth. Of course I... Oh, here we go. Without a doubt, brother. I got the dice right here. Just blew on them. You want to roll the dice? Roll the dice, my friends. Come on. Take the chance. Take the leap today. Good call on that. You're going to roll the dice? You're going to take the chance? You're going to move forward? And do the thing today? I'm rolling the dice, man. Am I going to make it? Who the fuck knows? Does it matter? Absolutely not. What matters is I got up and got moving. Are you going to get up and get moving today? Are you gonna set down that pain and anguish that comes along with tormenting yourself for one more minute? Are you gonna at least start shifting your mindset into something outside of that? Are you gonna roll the dice? Zach rolled the dice. Yes, liked, brother. Thank you so much. 8. We're going to give you another one, the OG status. There's a 3. I'm going to give you one more. There's the doubles we were looking for. What was Snake Eyes? Do you remember? Snake Eyes was something. Damn. I got to go back and watch and rewrite these rules we made up. Let's roll top of the morning to you. Let's roll the dice. We got Snake Eyes. I believe the doubles is roll again, but Snake Eyes was something. Nominate a winner. Nominate a roller, I think it was. Nominate someone we can roll for. That's what Snake Eyes was. Nominate a winner was 11. Nominate someone we could roll for, but then it's double Snake Eyes again. Jesus. So you're going to get 2, brother. 2 nominees that roll for 2 people you know, I guess. So we're going to give you more rolls because it's doubles 3. We're going to have to look into these. There's 11. God. And then you're going to have to nominate a winner, my brother. Zach, nominate a winner, my friend. Nominate a winner, nominate 2 rollers, man. There you go. We're rolling the dice today, taking the chance. We need to look up the rules again. We definitely do. Go back to to roll the dice, one of the roll the dice lives, and check it out. 366. What's flat. Am I not seeing everything? I see we need to look up the rules, and then I see Zach say 366. 366. We're nominating the rule for 366. All right. So there's another. That one's a 9. That's nothing. But we're gonna put 360. We definitely need to put 366 on the board anyway. So we're gonna use that as the winner. There, 366. We're gonna put your whole name on there. 366. Your first spot on the Ceiling of Champions. There, 366. I'm so confused. Me too. So we have this dice game that we were playing some time ago that we used to have this board that had all the rules on it that we made up. You roll a 10, you win a spot on the ceiling. This is actually used to be the ceiling. Notice all the names. It used to be the ceiling on the Galactic Avenger. Yeah, we filled that up. I cut it off the ceiling before we junked it because she was an epic jump. But we used to have this sign that was called Know Your Roll, right? And 10s won, 11s you nominated somebody, 7s were roll again, doubles were roll again, snake eyes were something. We had all these rules we had made up together. Yeah, Sig, we got to start doing that again, brother. I know that was part of the goal. That's why I brought the dice and I brought the fucking thing. But yeah, maybe one of these days it could just be dedicated to rolling the dice, right? We could just do something. If you're watching out there in YouTube land, like, share, subscribe, let us know you did so. We'll roll the dice for you, get you onto the Ceiling of Champions here. Remember anybody want to check out the Galactic Avenger, I highly recommend you check out the playlist, the 366. Check out the playlist, My Card, the Galactic Avenger. You'll see all the thumbnails. We had these thumbnails, these little thumb up stickies that I was writing names on for winners, and then we plastered those all over the car. I don't know if you ever experienced the Galactic Avenger, but she was covered in spray paint and love and held together with zip ties and duct tape. It was an amazing thing. It was the ceiling. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Zach. I love that you kept the stickers. Well, I'm glad that you guys are still here, man. Thank you for that reminder of that time. These things slip through and I lose track and forget exactly where I'm at or where I'm going or what the possibilities are or where we even come from, man. We had a lot of fun rolling the dice. Together, and there's a lot more adventure to come. But without expectation. It can't be what it was, right? But we can honor yesterday by rolling the dice out there in YouTube land, right? Taking a chance. Let me know you did so. See, those are great memories. Thank you for those. You make my morning many. Thank you, Zach. You're making my morning today. Like I said, yesterday I allowed to become a heavy day. And sometimes, and you don't hold it against yourself, man. Sometimes the day is just heavy. Sometimes, every roll is cold and you can roll 1,000,000 times and lose. And other days, it's every roll is a 10. Every roll is a win. It's weird that way. I believe there's more wins and there's more lessons to be learned if we can let go and accept what is, for sure, without a doubt. There's James. Brother, we're rolling the dice. You going to like, share, subscribe this morning? What are you going to do? We're taking it one step at a time. Brother, I'm glad you made it in today, man. We're just singing your praises. We were talking about eating healthy, and I took down those last couple bananas and a couple of those like tuna fish things and some beef jerky yesterday. Kind of got me through, kept me away from that fast food. Big thank you to James for keeping me away from fast food for at least a day. I still got some other good stuff back there. Big thank you to James for the cashews too, man. They went to good use. I still got a pile of them here, but the boys kind of shared some of those with the band. But yeah, maybe bust out that granola today. Brother, it's good to see you in this morning. How did it go with the little one? And we've only got one winner today so far. 366 made it onto the Ceiling of Champions here. And it's coffee, God, and cigarettes. That sounds like a good morning. Zach, you just noticed Spider-Man hanging out. Yeah, another great gift from James in his man room. I gave him, remember that little bunny that was floating around? I never really announced it, but I had a little Jimbo action figure, little Ninja Turtles bunny that we kind of swapped those. James gave me some cool shit. Another gift from James. to make sure that we're on our way. And I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to show that, but that's for those. That is for opening packages and cutting firewood. Stop that, bam. I'd rather regret a thing I did than regret the thing I've never done. Thank you, Laura. There's a quote. A quote will get you a roll, too. You want to roll the dice? Give us a quote. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know you did so. We got to get another board set up so it can be a little bit easier to whatever. But yes, Laura, a beautiful quote. There's a 6. We're going to give you that OG roll. There's a 5. One more. There's a 3. I'm going to give you another one just because. There's the 11 we're looking for. Laura, nominate a winner. And Laura, I don't even think you're on the Ceiling of Champions. So you're going to have to get there no matter what. And you're going to nominate one for us, too. Laura Wilkin. Make sure I spell your name wrong. We both know I had an issue with that already. But Laura's an amazing friend, and I'm glad that you're here, family, without a doubt. Laura Wilkin. We appreciate you. Just Laura. Miss Laura. Yes, Laura. But anyway, you got to nominate a winner. You got an 11, Laura. You're going to nominate a winner. You're going to let us know about somebody in your life who helped you to move forward in an undefined, something. If I come over in a graceful and a peaceful way, are you gonna let us know? There's got to be somebody out there worth putting onto the Ceiling of Champions. And yes, very much so. I'd rather regret the thing I did than the thing I did not do. Right, and I appreciate that today. That's given me a little bit more vigor to push through. It's an interesting day today. It was a very interesting day, yet heavy yesterday. Yeah, no matter what we do, there's going to be heavier days than others. There's going to be lighter days than others. The game plan's going to go awry. You're going to forget your shoes. It's going to rain, and you're going to lose signal and be in the middle of nowhere, and your phone's GPS is going to shut down. Well, you know what I did? I went to some random huge antique place that had every rusted tchotchke you could ever imagine. And, maybe I'll throw together. I did take a couple videos of that, so... But anyway, roll the dice, take the chance, share, subscribe, tell your friends that you were here in the moment we decided to move forward and take the next step. You were there with the turtle herd the moment that everything turned for you. The moment you realized that yesterday was meant to be set down and not dwelled on. There's a line between reflection and rumination that we must find to move forward. Defining the lessons of yesterday, while simultaneously letting go my friend Barb. Say goodbye Saturday. She is walking with Jesus. Woot woot to Barb. Yes, very much so. And I'm Laura. I would love to chat a little bit more about you personally with your friend. I want to put out a big apology there. And we talked the other day, and I was in this euphoric, beautiful place, and we had this awesome conversation. But Barb's been on my mind. Since you said that you had lost your close friend. So kudos to Barb there on her journey to that other place. May we meet her there in the fertile hunting grounds, right? She's there waiting for us with my brothers. I believe that wholeheartedly when I'm in my right mind. That one day we will be reunited again in a beautiful way beyond our understanding. And thank you, Laura, for that reminder. For that reminder of your amazing friend and our loved ones who have started their journey and why we're doing this, why I'm doing this, why I'm taking the leap, why I got off that couch, why I started hydrating, why I stopped and set down the phone doom scrolling, why I even though it'd been months and it felt like I was stuck in a trap and what's the point now, I got up and got moving, right? That was part of yesterday's too. I'm so far behind. I should have left months ago, and I sat there and dwelled in my own for way too long. And now it's pointless. And now I feel like I'm on some time crunch. Well, that, man, now is the perfect time. Yesterday's gone. This is the moment we live in together. And I believe that wholeheartedly as I push forward, without a doubt. If anybody else wants to roll the dice, let me know. I think I'm going to cruise a little bit, and then maybe we'll go there. Let it go. Yes. I'm letting it go right now, Laura. Through open, honest communication. I just meant to mention it the other day, and I wanted to let you know that it's been on my mind. that I felt like I should have mentioned it. The one more small step and take, one more small piece of medicine and knowledge and love and respect to help me move forward, because I hold on to too much. I hold on to too much for too long, and it is time to let go. It's time to give thanks and be appreciative. It's time to find the peace through the struggle, to find the strength through the struggle. To set down the fear and know that there's freedom on the other side of it. All these things that sound so beautiful that can be almost nearly impossible to obtain because it takes work. You have to get up. You have to set down that phone. You have to decide you're going to do it and do it. You have to know that you'll never be prepared enough. You can only prepare for so long. You have to take the leap. There's more value in doing than there is preparing. You could prepare forever, right? I think that's where I was at when I was in Indiana. I was starting to feel like if I didn't take the leap, that I would never take the leap, right? So I just took the leap, even though I left my shoes, my charger pack, my coffee maker, my this, my that, and the other thing. Well, I had to take the leap right then. And I know it sounds ludicrous because I left everything behind, but it's exactly the way it needs to be, right? And it's going to be okay. I promise you that. I promise you. You just take that leap, Take my advice, man. That doom scrolling will get you. Minimize that. It could be, any medicine could become a poison. It's a good distraction. It's good medicine for at times, but it became a poison for me because it stuck me there from the time I woke up to the time I laid my head back down. I never even lifted my head up. And my life became toxic and full of pain and struggles, and strength for the struggle. Strength, yes, strength. There is strength in the struggle, without a doubt. Sig, go to hurt from people and yourself. Let go of, I think let go. Let go, I think, is what Laura's trying to say, from people and yourself, and grow into joy of today. Yes. 671, yeah. Well, it's good to hear you, 671. Welcome into Oklahoma, farthest west that I've ever been, right? And discussing the point of it, and maybe my lack there of understanding what that is. A big thanks and appreciation to everybody out there for getting my day going well. If you want to roll the dice, like, share, subscribe, let us know you did so. I got to make another sign so I can stop running my mouth. But yeah, maybe we could do like this. Or maybe we'll do like that. Fuck you. I don't even know how to do it anymore. Let's do this. Q&A. Replace. Will you... Bam. Let's see how that gets you. Yeah, you're willing to take that chance today, ladies and gentlemen? You're willing to roll the dice? You're willing to step out of your comfort zone and do something different today? That's the question I lay at your feet. I've had a lot of hills in my day, man. I think I'm good with the hills. I'm excited to check out the flat. I'm excited to see something different, right? Isn't that the whole point? Oklahoma City, or not Oklahoma City, that was the last goal. So I got overwhelmed by where I was headed and where I was going. So I jumped forward another 10 hours and made it 3. So Santa Fe is where we're headed next. Santa Fe. I like hills too, James. I've had a lot of hills. As 366 will tell you, I've spent a lot of time in her neck of the woods down there in Kentucky, and those hollers and those hills will be more than you could ever imagine. 20-foot drops as you turn a 90-degree turn, after going up a 45-degree incline and then back down a 30-degree incline, is pretty damn intense. There's our alarm. Maybe it means that we should get going. Maybe it means we should get going. Ocean and beach is my vibes. Damn straight. I need to get moving in Mother Nature, right? That's what I need to do. I need to find some places to go hiking along the way. It's this trip I've had none of that. I've been too concerned about what the goal is, running from here to there. Now we've got to see some great people, and I got to hang out with my niece and my brother and Sally, his amazing mother figure. But that's part of what I've experienced in the past that grounds me, is being connected with Mother Nature. I suggest you reach out, and I'll do my best. Yes, Laura. Are you going to roll the dice today? Are you going to take that chance? Are you going to find a way to move forward? Laura did, 366, and Barb, 3 winners today. Commending you on the Ceiling of Champions. Take that chance. Roll the dice today. Let us know you'd like, share, subscribe, and we'll roll the dice for you. And you should go fishing. I should, Crank. It's good to see your face, Crankenstein. Pushing through the struggle despite life, right? Moving forward with a bit more vigor. Despite all the little things that added up to some stress yesterday, brother. And I love your face, and I appreciate you being here. Putting in that hour today, I think is the goal. So we got a few more minutes. I'm glad that you stuck around. But I liked, by the way, Grandpa. All right there, Crankenstein. There's the doubles we were looking for. So you get to roll again. There's a 4, which is nada. There's a 4, which is nada. There's the 10 we were looking for, Crank. One more spot for you on the wall of champions, Crank. Of course you did, Crankenstein. You always like. Crank, brother. Jessie made her way onto the Wall of Champions the other day. Our first winner in yellow. But, yeah. Go to Santa Fe National Park. I'll send you a link. I seen the link. Hey, James, I like, by the way. Hey, Crank, I appreciate you guys. You'll hike for sure. All right, well, we're headed to Santa Fe, but this weekend, it's about what's the hell is today? Today's like Friday, Thursday. What is today? Today's Thursday? Friday? Today might be Friday. March 12th. What is today? I don't even know what today is. I lost track of what's going on. Thursday. Today's Thursday. So the goal is to get in, maybe, dip my toes in the water for Spark Dry or DoorDashing out there in Santa Fe. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is to crank some money, because those are the big money days. And then we can spend a few days hanging out in Santa Fe. That's it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out these small shops, I was told it's a small community where there's some, potentially good DoorDashing because there's some cash, and Santa Fe National Park sounds fun. But yeah. Doodly-doo-dee-doodle-dee. A lot of artists. Thirsty Thursday. That it is, Sig. This caffeine's quenching the thirst. Reach out today. Take your medicine. Physical, emotional, and spiritual. Check out the Rock the Bluff website. Just Google it. It'll pop up. Rock the Bluff. There's a ton of amazing music. Laura, you want some good music? Check out the Rock the Bluff site. Willie Nelson's granddaughter, Waylon Nelson, or Raylyn Nelson, is on there. There's 24 other amazing bands on there as well. Check out the Rock the Bluff site. You won't regret it. A lot of good musical medicine. A lot of artists live and work in Santa Fe. Stupid question, but is it warm year-round in California? It depends on where in California, I would assume. 366. Gotcha. I guess it would all depend on where in California that you're looking. So, Southern California, yeah, right? But I mean, we're in Oklahoma right now, real south, right? And it was freezing last night. It was fucking cold last night. Wailing Jennings? No. Nelson. Willie Nelson's granddaughter, not Wailing Jennings. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm lost here. I don't know what I'm doing. But go to Meow Wolf Museum. Super fun. Good for shorts or two. Meow Wolf Museum. Yes. So the Meow Wolf Museum, isn't that like the I heard of Meow Wolf recently, right? They send me a link, Laura, or somebody. James, send me a link to this Meow Wolf Museum. Is it near Santa Fe or in Santa Fe? But the Meow Wolf Museum, in Vegas, there's I guess this artist Meow Wolf, right, does the Omega Mart that I've been ranting about for a while that I wanted to check out. So if we make it to Vegas, the Omega Mart is exactly what I want to do. But I want to check out you're the second person, Meow Wolf Museum. Send me a link there, James, if you don't mind. We'll check out Meow Wolf. Sounds interesting. But anybody else want to roll the dice for it? The better here. I like City Museum. It's like the City Museum. Yeah, it's like the City Museum. That's exactly. One of these days we'll check that out too, brother. A little bit more vigor, and we set a groundwork. But our last visit was exactly what it needed to be, brother. little bit of chilling, a little bit of door dashing. Maybe the next time I come through, I can have a little bit more cash so I can feel a little bit better about doing things. I don't want to put that, I appreciate everything you did, but friendships got to stay even in a certain ways, and Anyway, I keep running my mouth about nothing. But yeah, Meow Wolf. This is funny that you say that because it's the second time in this last week that I've heard Meow Wolf. I've heard that name, but I've heard of Omega Mart multiple times. It's like sort of the doot, zip zap doodle. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we're getting anybody to roll the dice, so take a little drive. Doodly doo. Thank you for the reminder, James. We're going to wrap it up here a little bit. Doodly doo. I'm going to get rolling. I appreciate you guys in the conversation today, but it's time to move forward. One more step. If you want me to roll the dice for you before I leave, if you just liked, feel free to let me know. You got another moment, and we'll. I have to get another board made up, but I can roll the dice for you, put you on to the Ceiling of Champions. Thanks again for Laura 366, your friend Barb on her journey, and Crank for rolling the dice today. Everybody else who decided to come in and take a chance, take a leap, and I love you too, Laura. I love you very much. Thank you for the inspiration and hope. Thank you for helping me find a way to set down the struggle and move forward in a graceful way, despite, what half of me wants to do, which is just curl up and say no. It's going to be a great day because we're going to make it 366. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning for some coffee. Without expectations, hopefully we wake up in Santa Fe tomorrow and we can explore that community a little bit. Tomorrow, just focus on the moment. But I think this weekend will be good. If we can get to Santa Fe, I think that I can stack enough cash this weekend door dashing. That would be absolutely amazing. We got to get our cash back up because, like I said, I'm at like $50, which isn't bad because I left with 100 and I've made it this far. And I've eaten well and I've chilled and experienced and lived and I've struggled. Yeah, good luck, brother. Good times ahead. Good times ahead for sure. Good times ahead. Slow and steady, nice and easy. Appreciate the reminder today, good sir. I appreciate you being you, everybody out there, all the Turtle Herd members. You decided to subscribe, become a member. I appreciate you. It doesn't cost anything. We don't expect anything. We do encourage some open, honest communication here. That's about all that will be kind of expected out of you, but not necessary. It's going to be all right out there in YouTube land. It's going to be okay. I believe that wholeheartedly when I'm in my right mind. Wish me luck, everybody, and know that you are loved and that, one step at a time, right? The big picture can weigh 1,000,000 pounds. It's just the next step. One more minute, one more day. Hold on out there in YouTube land if you're struggling. Hold on. Life can be heavy. So one more day, one more minute. We're going to be okay. Yeah. Even if you just got to get through this second to get through the next. Don't make a permanent decision for a temporary problem. There are people out there that love you deeply, whether you believe it or not. And believe me, I understand that reality. Well, we have to define our reality. We have to move forward. And if you have to do something wacky and crazy and drive across the country to find a sense of purpose and get off that couch, and you do it. If you just got to get up and download a couple apps and go make some cash, or if you got to go, whatever it is that you got to do, you do that to keep pushing forward because there's people that love you and you bring value into this world. There's a small handful of things that you can do that'll take you out of my good graces. And I put that into the hands of a creator to handle. But other than that, I think there's redemption for pretty much anything. Some of us believe there's redemption for everything, but that's not my place to redeem anybody for anything. Jack, still struggling, still caught up in emotions. Jack, we're doing all right, brother. I'm feeling okay. We're reflecting, man. We're using this moment and and where we are to find a sense of peace. Yeah, and yesterday was a little bit of a struggle. Some days are still a struggle. Jack, how are you holding up, my brother? Are you driving to California from New York? Yes, I am. NY. I started off in Kirkville. I hold on, Sigs. And we're openly, honestly communicating, we are developing a place here where we can heal and grow. Maybe some kind of a community of open compassion and communication to remind ourselves of the medicine we've been given. These tools that I've been handed that have helped me when I remind myself of them. And yes, I do tend to get in emotional states. I'm human and I have emotions. And I'm sick of burying them and pretending like they don't exist because the world tells me I'm a man and the only thing I can be is angry and stubborn and full of resentment because of those feelings. I'm done feeling that way. It's time to move forward. Own your mental. Say I. Say I, say me, not we. Well, I don't know about that. We have a pretty decent community here of human beings that are looking to grow a group of compassion and appreciation. We've got a few of them in there now that have been here for quite some time that I think will back me up on that we, and I don't want to leave them out. But yes, I as well am part of that we that I speak of. NY. We are this community. We are the turtle herd. Slow and steady, we weather the burden together through open, honest communication. An evaluation of my emotional state on a daily basis, evaluation of your emotional state on a daily basis so that we can stop handing the boulder of pain, good sirs and madams. If not, I'm not F with you. 5 people are watching. Just pray. I get that, brother. I'm not sure. What are we talking about, NY? What are we talking about? It's not about the amount of people watching, man. I let go of that a while ago. We just started this journey again of getting back into doing this. But those 5 people are here for a reason. And you are too, my friend. And we did. We already gave thanks this morning, good sir, as we always do. And we'll keep giving thanks to a God of your understanding. Slow and steady. I think that's definitely part of the puzzle is to give thanks and to acknowledge your higher power, brother. But anyway, stick around for a while. Check out some of the shorts, the channels, what it is. Like I said, I'm not looking for anything but to get through this moment and to find acceptance and appreciation through open, honest communication, to grow the turtle herd so that we can have a real place that can help us become something more. For those of us out there who struggle with life in general and can't find a place that makes us fit, that we fit into. Laura, turtle herd, exactly. All right. With that being said, NY, Diva, Bricks, appreciate you stopping in today. I hope you decided to subscribe. Hope we'll see you next time. We'll do a little bit more rolling the dice, do a little bit more chat, and I'll see you in Santa Fe tomorrow morning, and we'll continue this cup of coffee. You don't need acceptance. No, is the way. You don't need acceptance. Narrow is the way. Elaborate on why before we go. Please elaborate for me. I think that acceptance is a huge thing, right? To accept what is, to accept the world on its, to accept the world for what it is can set us free in a way that nothing else can. And narrow is the way, right? Yeah, I don't know if I believe that either. There's a wide variety of ways to go, right, wrong, or indifferent, and they all have value. I get that, striving for goodness and light and beauty is an amazing thing, right? Helping our brothers and sisters find a way out of the darkness, but in reality, there's value in all things. Hunger might be something that we'd wish to wipe out completely, but without that hunger, we'd never truly value a burger. It wouldn't mean anything. If we never strived for anything, if it never hurt, how would we know the value of the days where it doesn't? So yeah, and maybe, hey, I might be wrong, brother. Help me figure it out. I implore you to stick around for a while. We'll chat a little bit more about it tomorrow morning over a cup of coffee on why you don't understand where you are, so you can't see why or when. I'm working on that. Yes, brother. I have no clue of where I am and what's going on here. That's a big part of what we're chatting about. Trying to figure out and evaluate where we are and what's going on, so that we can connect ourselves to whatever our truth may be. I do believe, despite my ignorance, I'm exactly where I need to be in this moment. I do believe that this conversation can help both of us grow. I do appreciate your perception of things, so that I can move forward, finding whatever it is that I'm looking for, define what I'm looking for. I also am accepting what is. I'm accepting that I've done something great and beautiful by just getting off the couch, by not allowing that depression, anxiety, grief to destroy me, by having some amazing human beings come into this space and find a way to set down that boulder of pain. Watch my religion section, please. I'm a pro fighter and I'll sub. Awesome. NY, that sounds great. Watch my religion section, please. On your channel. NY, do me a favor. I got a memory span of a goldfish. Will you remind me on like one of my shorts or something? Go run, get swole. Damn straight. And NY, I need you around in my life, brother. Please, man. That's part of this, man. Part of what's going on with me is the lack of taking care of myself physically, brother. Will you help motivate me, man? If you got some motivational stuff on your channel, I think maybe we ran into, creator put us together for a reason, maybe, right? I could use a friend that helps motivate me to get up and get moving. I think, I got the gym membership to keep that sweet ass clean. But I got to find a way to utilize it for the other reasons too, man. You're right. Get up, get run, do the road work. When I'm doing the road work, man, I'm in way better shape. I'm a multi-millionaire and Scott is my friend. Thank you, James. We love you, brother, and we are close as can be. There's always room for growth, though. And NY, I appreciate you. And you sound like an interesting fellow. I think that you're definitely in the right place, man. I know it's not like a huge thing, and nor do we care for it to be a huge thing. Yeah. I just want to be able to find a way to find peace and to grow and to learn. And be humble that I don't know, brother. I don't, man. I'm seeking the truth. And through your perception, I think I can get closer, through open, honest communication. I believe that we can find ourselves one step closer to a God of your understanding, as a beautiful thing. Through taking Hawanase's wisdom and the wisdom that we found here together and sharing it, we can find a sense of purpose and grace that separating ourselves from our brothers and sisters can never give us. No new multi-billionaire and Scott is also really good. No new, I love your face. No new, I am a lot of fun. You are a lot of fun, James. Everybody here is looking to move forward and do the next right thing. I am getting moving because we're still 7 hours away from Santa Fe. NY, please. It seems like we're gonna be good friends. I don't know what. I don't know. Yeah, fix your body. Your body is the bodied soul, a vessel. Fix it. NY, thank you for that motivation. Thank you for the reminder. You're exactly where you need to be. I need that reminder. My body is a vessel that I have. I have this tendency to masochistically, abuse because I'm emotionally in pain, and then that just habituates the cycle that I've been in the last few months. This cycle that I fall into, that I find grace and connection and love and appreciation, and then slowly I stop taking care of myself physically and mentally and spiritually, and end up on that couch like where I've been before I took this leap. And definitely NY. This vessel is something that I want to start working on. I'm disgusted with it at the moment, to be honest with you. I heard James. I'm a lot of fun. James is the most fun. But anyway, with that being said, hopefully we can check out NY's channel. We'll see you again, because I will not remember Bricks, NY Diva Vincent Bricks. I won't remember that. I have the memory span of a goldfish. You're friends, James. I think we're all friends here. And Laura, you and James would get along great. I think you'd be absolutely amazing friends. For sure. I am the dude. Nora, you're a multi-billionaire. Oh, sorry, buddy. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, sir?
Just chilling here a minute. Have my cup of coffee. If I'm in your way, I can take off.
Well, it's an active construction.
Oh, I didn't realize that, brother. Here's a sticker for you. If you scan it, I'm just having a conversation with some friends, open, honest communication as I travel, trying to break the barriers of the weight. I didn't realize that you guys were doing your thing. I'm going to get out of your way, brother.
We should have rock trucks and stuff coming in.
Oh, yeah. I'm a clueless pain in the ass sometimes. I appreciate you letting me know. Join the adventure, brother. Hopefully we'll see you on the road.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at that. I guess we're parked in an active construction zone. Let's get the hell out of these guys' way. And with that being said, it was really good chat with you guys today. But yeah, everything happens for a reason, blah, 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 moving forward. I think I'm about done running my mouth for the day. Yeah. Know that you're loved, and hopefully NY will send me a message and he can become part of this crew. I'd really like to see what he's got going on. It seems like he knows a little something maybe we don't. Maybe he can help me grow and motivate me to start taking care of the physical aspect of myself. At the very least, he definitely pointed out some real truths there, that it's time to start taking care of my physical being. Meow Museum, have fun. Yeah, so you got it, James. So message it or something to me, because I'll can forget. That's funny. What is it? Okay, it's real talk. NY, I comment on email on a short. Okay. Oh, yes. Thank you, NY. I look forward to communicating with you, brother. And I'll check out your channel if you got something going on. I really do appreciate you, man. Open, honest communication. I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going, or why, but I'm doing my best to get moving, brother. I've been focusing a lot on the emotional and mental stuff, because I do suffer from certain things that I think can be addressed through open, honest communication and through taking action. And you're right, 100%. This physical being needs to be taken care of, and I haven't been taking care of it. And that's something that I'm willing to address. And I'm doing my best to do so. So I think that I appreciate you being here, brother, and I look forward to chatting with you. And thank you very much, NY, for being here. Can go live together. I would like that very much, man. Very much. NY, maybe we can, I don't know, go live at the gym or something. To help me figure out what I'm doing. I don't know if that would be taboo. I see people doing that. We'll develop this as we go, brother, but I really appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'm just getting back into this. The reason that we are where we are, with the numbers to not whatever, and not that it matters, because I don't give it. I like having the people that have been around here. But I gave up on this again for about 4 months, man. The holiday season's hard. I allowed that darkness to consume me once again, but I had to take this leap, right? And I'm taking a leap here today. The last 13 days, and the goal is to get to California. Whether I make that goal or not is whatever. I left with $100 on a DoorDash card. The real goal is to embody the trips that have come before, where I've started moving again, right? I'm going to do some hiking here soon. I need to get into a workout routine. I need to start eating better, because it was just eating every few days, fast food. I ate Chick-fil-A for probably a month straight every other day, and that's all I ate. It's being open about this and breaking the mold and doing something different, brother. That's where I'm at. And then why I really appreciate you being here, bro. Lady Songbird Shelly. We're talking to our new friend NY, who's a bodybuilder. He's got some good advice. It looks like we're gonna be good friends. It's good to see you, Lady Songbird. I hope you're doing well. Give Rob a big old hug for me. We were both having heavy days yesterday, and for a moment I felt bad about, we were both kind of leaning on each other, but it's like, there's no need to feel bad. I'm glad that we could lean on each other. It was just a bunch of little things, Sally. I don't want you to worry. Everything's great. It just seems like everything added up to being a little bit heavy, and I lost track of the point of it, and I found myself in the point of it, and slow and steady, right? I'll get back into doing the shorts again or whatever. I've done a couple, wasn't happy with the last one. It definitely, because the way that shorts are made now, I feel like that was part of yesterday. It's like I made this short, I put all this effort into it, and then like I did something that messed it up and brought it back to you before I even started editing it, and I don't like what's out there for that last short, but I'm just going to leave it for a while, and when I find the ambition to do it. But anyway, Santa Fe's on the goal, Sally. It's huge. You can do it. But dude, you got to have the bend the realm to do this. And Jesus is the physical king who can help. I appreciate a God of your understanding, brother. I would love to chat about that a little bit more. I try not to get into it because I don't want to like offend anybody too much. Religion's a touchy subject. The one thing I can say is that Hawanase introduced me to this book called To Become a Human Being. And in it, Leon Shenandoah, the Tanadaho chief of the Six Nations, talks about the peacemaker and the wisdom and the knowledge that he brought to the table. And he also, has a statement in this book that he says that, he was talking to a friend of his who was a sucking white guy like me. And he says, you know him as Jesus, and that really struck me. That there's something beyond what we know. I do believe in the power of this great man. I also believe in the power of this great man, the peacemaker. These messengers that God has sent to this place that were meant to connect us, and some of us in certain different ways, maybe. And I'm not 100% sure. I'm not here because I know. I'm here because I'm trying to figure it out. And I know it's kind of a weird, be blessed, man. I lived this. Where you don't change anything. Damn straight, Brick, you make me laugh. What do you say? Did I miss something? We appreciate you, Brick. I am a professional fighter. I don't give what anyone says. What are we talking about? I hope you're not getting upset, Brick. I hope you're not getting upset. Be blessed, man. You be blessed too, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. You said you're worried. You say you worry. Jesus said, I come not to bring peace by the sword. I come to bring division. Will turn against itself. Read the Bible, not church. I appreciate that. Subservience to a God of your understanding is a beautiful thing. I think that's where we should start, right? How is God touching your heart? I feel like at times I've been on the outside looking in with spirituality, and it's been overwhelming. What am I doing wrong? Why am I not connected? But in this moment, and then other moments where I've been able to connect with people that feel this way, I realize that feeling has purpose. That through having an open heart, I can help my brothers and sisters know that they're not being rejected and they didn't do anything wrong, because certain things don't come as easy to them as that does for others. And because that connection, not that it always becomes easy, but sometimes it seems that way for others, right? We look at their connection and their truth, and it's like, why can't I just believe and feel that? Well, that's not your journey. That's not your path. But it doesn't mean that you can't be connected. It doesn't mean that you can't find God. It just means that your path is different, and that's why my journey's been what it's been. I believe that wholeheartedly. The struggle provides purpose. Even in the spiritual journey, and all our spiritual journeys are different. Ye with no sin cast the first stone, right? No judgment, no expectations. Our job here is to help our brothers and sisters find their way on their journey, right? To be kind and compassionate and live up to those expectations that the peacemaker and that Jesus set out there for us, right? This guidebook of what it means to be a good human being, and to accept the plan that Creator has for you to the best of your ability. What are you guys arguing about? Calm down, fellas. I know what's going on. I appreciate you, NY. How did this conversation switch so quick? Let me try to figure that out. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Miss Mom, it's good to see you. Go get your. What are you talking? NY? What? It'll help. maybe it will, right? I've had a couple, have my bells rung physically, emotionally, and spiritually a few times that have brought some lessons. And Miss Mom, we're gonna allow NY is we're having a legitimate conversation here. I thought, talk to God, He'll show up. Oh me, and he does, and he has, and in some beautiful ways, brother. I appreciate you, NY. You're right. Speak to a God of your understanding in an open way, and He will show up, right? I believe He's opening those doors for me, and I have to walk through them. I just believe that all of our journeys are different, and the words that we put on them, we should use to bind us and not separate us. Maybe not. Who's to say? James, my Bible is 600 years old, 7 inches thick, and King James wrote Bad Company of Mommy, who Christian, you're right. Comment section is go ready and keep fighting. Thank you, NY. Yeah, I don't know how things got off the rails there. Maybe I missed some comments. It seemed like things got off the rails. Guys, take it all with a grain of salt before face value, okay? This is all about love, compassion, appreciation. NY, we appreciate you being here. Thank you for continuously commenting, even though that, not everybody's got to agree with what I think or what you think or what everybody thinks, right? I believe what God wants from us is to have compassion and openness, right? And to allow people to, to experience free will, so that at their right time, they can experience God in the way that He has meant them to experience it. I think exposing ourselves and what we believe and how we believe is a beautiful thing. Yeah. Slow and steady out there today in YouTube land. Ms. Mom, life is too short to hate anyone. Yes, damn straight. Let's all show love. Damn straight. Go and chill out. Ms. Mom, relax a little bit. Weimer's not around. What are we talking about? Miss Mom. Let's all reel it in just a little bit, I think. We got a new friend here who's just kind of getting the vibe, who I think is really going to be a positive part of this community. Unless, are you saying that NY is Weimer? Is that you, Weimer? Do you got a new name? I don't think so. Whatever. It's too short for, hey, yeah, I miss my sister every day, but well, that's what we're working on here together there, Miss Mom. It's time to set that down, We have to fight in a spiritual way for our own awakening. We shouldn't be fighting each other to maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should be fighting each other to make each other believe what we believe. But I don't think that's what Jesus would have wanted from us. I don't really think He ever fought anybody. He just laid it out there, right? Aren't we supposed to just follow His lead? And the peacemaker too, right? I never heard any stories about Him fighting nobody, or trying to push anybody into believing anything. It was all about just being and doing, and like how Anase was, you can say these beautiful things in beautiful ways, but it's about living it. And he was another one of these great men that lived it. And I send love to him on his journey. And just like your sister, Miss Mom, just like M. Dizzle, she lived it to the best of her ability. Was she perfect? No, she was human. Neither am I. So, yeah, and your point of view is accepted and appreciated here, just like NY's. Love to believe. It just seemed like things got out of control there for a minute. I was wondering what was going on. But yeah. And I want to reach out to Weimer and see what's going on. I haven't chatted with him in too long. With that being said, I got to get on my way. I got things to do, places to be. We'll see you guys tomorrow in Santa Fe. Please send me some comments on where I should go and where I should be. I've already got a handful of destinations, but I got a game plan to get me through this weekend. Santa Fe, New Mexico, DoorDash, get my money right, so that at least that's not one thing weighing on my mind. And then and then we go from there, right? With no expectations, with this loosely planned goal, and maybe we'll make it all the way to the coast, maybe we won't, but it's time to start having fun along the way and lean in and flow with the river of life. I found myself fighting it yesterday, and that's the truth, right? What am I doing? Where am I going? I start getting panicked out. I didn't eat well, so I pulled over to the side of the road and I had some of that tuna fish, some of that jerky, and I immediately started feeling better. Drank a couple of those waters, Crank. Oh, don't worry. Laura, goodbye, everyone. We'll see you again soon, guys. I love your faces. I appreciate you. Hopefully, NY, I'll still be sticking around. I don't know what the chaos was there. Thank you for the reminder and the connection with the God of my understanding. And I appreciate the connection with yours. Thank you for being opened out there in YouTube land. I think that's going to help our brothers and sisters find their connection. I know that people being certain in the past about what they believe and trying to hand me that with vigor pushed me away from God for a long time. So that's something that I steer away from. I do like open communication about spirituality, but that tends to get a little bit conflicted because everybody wants to express and wants you to feel what they feel, and that's nearly impossible because we're all unique creations who experience this creation in a unique way. So, but with that being said, I'm off like a herd of turtles. I hope you subscribed. I hope you find a sense of purpose today. I hope you can let go of what is and love yourself and stop struggling the way that I tend to fall into struggle. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take my own medicine. I'm going to love myself. I could not take off these glasses. Now, that's why I didn't want to wear glasses. It's even worse. Go. I love your face, Laura. I'll talk to you soon, guys. I'm off like a herd of turtles.